is actually pretty busy. There are no scheduled tunes today. It's what we call our flex day. And what our flex day is getting the cars that are in the shop done. Because while we schedule tunes for you to wait for an appointment, we also have a lot going on here. There's a lot of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There's 7 lifts that are all filled out, plus the dyno. Right now, we're going to start dynoing this 2015 that we did our stock stall camshaft to. We call it stock stall because you use it with the stock stall converter, and we're going to see what kind of power she makes. Usually this is the best camshaft that you can put in the car that has a stock stall that will still give you really good performance without any real issues running on the stock stall, like no dead low end. This really creates the wind tunnel that we have going on here. As you see, we have not just one big ass fan back here, 2 turbo fans back there, we also have 2 big ass fans in the back, making for a beautiful flow of air that tries to mimic the street. Now at speed, nothing mimics the street, but this is the best we got, and it's probably the best airflow that you're gonna find in any performance shop, which is good because airflow is really important so you don't like overheat, you know, those things. Okay, she's coming up to temp. She's almost there. Fuel trims are looking really good, especially for a base tune, and we'll see how close the base tune is to the finished product. Again, this has our stock stall camshaft in it, and looks like Josh is ready to fill. 12:5 air-fuel ratio. That's what we're set up, which is that guy, which is pretty close. We're going to tighten it up a little bit. You can see it takes some more timing, and then keep on going. You can see how this particular camshaft, our stock stall camshaft, has beautifully broad torque, and it really holds the power band out. It plateaus very, very nicely. So it's going to make some serious steam up top, and really perform well. This is a high 11s, low 12 kind of second car to actually get off the line well. That's probably where we're going to leave it. That's a good number. Really tried to press it, but it's almost at the edge. I could add like 1 more degree of timing. It might do 2 more horsepower. It's just not worth it. So, yeah, 443 is usually about what you can see with this setup. And I mean, it's going to perform way more than 443 CTS because it's got that broad torque. Look at that. It's just a beautiful power band. Now that you looked at the dyno graph, let's see if it shifts. It's making shifts. So while Josh unstraps this, I'm going to go around the shop and show you all what we're working on. And since the sun never sets on a badass, let's do it in style. So guys, the red lemon is running. We have like 1 more thing to do on it. We gotta add a relay for the scavenge pump because now we are getting the rear mount turbo fed from the engine itself, and we just need a scavenge pump to send the oil back up front here. The rear mount turbo is in the rear. I don't know if you guys can see it. Hopefully you can. If not, we'll just edit this out. And then next up we have Corvettes, Camaros, you know, the jam. But the coolest thing that I'm gonna do, which is gonna happen today, but probably be its own video, is this CTS-V3. Now, we did have an issue with this. That was a crazy issue. You're going to have to watch the video when this comes out. But this has the Edelbrock 2650 on it. It's got our heads cam package. Well, ironically, it's a cam that was from another shop that is the same exact specs as ours. So it's like, it was really funny when we saw that. But it's got that Edelbrock 2650 on, and it's ported by Kong. Really excited to see how well this thing runs on the dyno here over the factory LT4 blower. That's going to be on its own video. We got the Tree SS, which I got a surprise for you guys, and the twin turbo C7 Corvette, which will hit the dyno at some point. And inside I have something that I've been wanting for a long time. I found it used. Well, I didn't find it, it kind of found me. Found it used, and I'm so excited to really start working with it. I feel like every shop needs something like this. And there it is, the Zamboni. I'm excited. It should clean this floor, which we epoxied the floors and put some cars in here as storage because we weren't ready to move in, and like the floors got kind of trashed. And this should pull a lot of that stuff up. We got this used from Fast. Fast got a new one, we got the old one. Here's my CTS-V. It's just kind of chilling out here. Obviously, none of this is what's actually going on today, although we are cleaning up in here, or at least should be. Where is bathroom? He's in the bathroom. So gonna make this look nice and hopefully make some more progress on it. Freedom Rocket's here. We're gonna fix that battery voltage issue, put on a new suspension while I was here, and let's get back over to the shop and find out what's going on with the guys. Let's try to scare Johnny. Hey!
Oh! I thought something happened. I'm looking at all the wires and I heard this noise. Oh, shit!
So Johnny's working on this. Mike, what are you working on?
Replacing a Mantic clutch. Customer stated it was making noise, which was making noise, and it was slipping. So we're putting a Monster in.
Nice. The Monster Triple?
I think so.
It should be the Monster Triple. I'm pretty sure it's a triple. I'm pretty sure it's a triple too. The Monster Triple is the best twin disc clutch, or yeah, twin. The Monster Triple is the best triple disc clutch. Basically, it's the best clutch on the market. Yeah. Like you can see that they take a factory clutch and they modify it with another shaft thingamajigger here. Add another floater plate. Basically, it's a little bit different than the factory clutch. The twin disc that they have is a factory GM twin disc with a different flywheel. Well, this one is a modified clutch set. It's pretty crazy, but it's the best. It drives the best. It holds the best. Eric's car was making like 1350.
It was rated at like 1100.
Yeah, it didn't even show any signs of wear. It was wild. So that's a wonderful upgrade. You can get this on our website, cspracing.com. Whee! Now that the car's off the dyno, what we're going to do is we're going to go out street tuning, because every car that is worthy of street tuning gets street tuned here at Complete Street Performance. Let's go. So if you're a passenger for this, like if you bring your car for tuning, what I'm going to do is I'm going to tell you to buckle up first, because we're going to minimize the risk to life, and then I'm going to give you the laptop. I'm going to say, put this on your lap, keep it facing me, and don't touch the screen because it's a touch screen. It's muscle memory at this point. So, since this is a cam car, we're looking at a couple things here. First and foremost, we're making sure that what we did on the dyno translates well to the street, as long as we have traction. Then, we're also looking at the fuel trims, because we want to make sure that the car is consistent across the board, that at hard throttle is not going to hurt wide open throttle, because if hard throttle's off, it can hurt the fueling for wide open throttle. And third, like being a cam car, we're going to really focus on the idle, making sure that it comes down to idle smoothly, easily, doesn't stall. I mean, it sucks if you're an automatic and you're stalling out. It takes a lot of talent, but sometimes sometimes it can be tough. With the stock stall, it's really trying to keep the RPMs low, so sometimes it can pull them down and make for some shitty things to happen. So there can be a balancing act there, but our stock stall camshaft like this one, clearly drives really nice, and it should be something that you can get away with on the stock stall. So one of the things that we want to test is making sure that it hits the wide open throttle shift points. We'll start with third and then see if we make sure that as we come to a stop, the RPMs don't die out. Now look at that, that's nice. That's wonderful. This is the stock stall camshaft. So we made a 3 to 4 shift. Now I want to test 1 to 2 and 2 to 3. We should have enough room for that now. Actually, that was 2 to 3. We didn't even get into 1. Then we'll make sure that she doesn't die with the AC on, and I think after that we're done. Unless we need to make adjustments. Let's see if we can get 1 to 2. Sweet. Might have been a smidge early, but I'd rather be early than late, especially because these transmissions, as it cools down, we're in 80-degree weather right now, as it cools down, it needs a little bit of extra room to make that shift, especially because they have to do a lot more things than just like, hey, here's a clutch. There's a process during the shift point, and the trans has to basically prepare itself to pull power off of a clutch pack, add it to another, and it makes for interesting shifting, at least shift point tuning. But we're making the shifts. We're going to take a look at the log when we get back to the shop here, and we will make sure that the shift points are where we want it to be, the fuel trims are where we want it to be, that full throttle's safe, and that the idle looks good, which the idle, that's one of these things that I do by feeling mostly. I mean, there's more to it than that, but the idle feels great. Like, this is wonderful to drive. There's no bucking or anything like that. It makes power. It makes really broad, torquey power. Okay, so now that we're back at the shop, I'm going to go through it. We need adjustments. I'm going to do it then. We might take it back out. But for the most part, guys, that's what it's going to be like. The whole tuning process from start to finish is, on the dyno, what's going on in the shop. That was a little, side piece here. Not saying that you should have side pieces, but it was a side piece. And then, back into the, the tuning process. At this point, probably letting you go. And then you get to come back next time that you make another modification of the car, or if you want us to do something. The 3 to 4 shift was dead on as commanded. The 2 to 3 shift also dead on. And the 1 to 2 shift was a little bit on the lower side, but we did run into traction control, and traction control can make a major difference in the shift point. So I'm not going to adjust that one, because if we're spinning, it'll get all sorts of goofy readings. As far as the fuel trims, they look pretty good, and everything else means it's a seal of approval. This is ready to deliver to the customer.